Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TCS eSports League. We're into game or match 2 of our 11th week of league play between the Arctic side and the Swiss Incredible Rebels. Two teams that are forces to be reckoned with, and right now they sit only a single place separating them to Swiss Incredible Rebels on 3rd place and Arctic on 4th bacon. This is going to end up being a relatively fun match that actually, if Arctic end up winning, could tie them up with the Swiss Incredible Rebels.
Let me quickly just look at the maths there. So, yes, Arctic are one game behind, like one win behind, sorry, but only 2 games down in the differential. So, say this is a 3-0 to Arctic, well, then they're just going to absolutely breeze on past Team Sir, because Team Sir will go down to 8, 7, 6, quickly doing cast maths. Positive 5 games in their differential, whereas Arctic would go up to positive 9, which is a big difference there. And I say that they go for the 3-0 sweep because the last time, back in week 4, when these two teams met each other, Arctic got a 3-0 sweep against Sir, and it was a dominant 3-0 sweep. But Jay, it was all because Sir played with a sub, the only time he played with a sub. And let's just say that team was not a team. That was just 3 players on a pitch playing tiddlywinks, really.
Yeah, I do remember that watching those VODs back quite a little bit in research for today's
and it wasn't a nice
show.
one. That
was not a nice one
research.
at all. It was it was an ugly performance to say pretty much from the Swiss Incredible Rebels. So coming against Arctic this time, there could be a bit more of a decent shout. That 3-0 certainly is misleading considering what you've just pointed out. But is that going to change your prediction? Because I still think that Arctic might just about edge out Swiss Incredible Rebels by a small amount, Bacon.
So I'm looking at roster, and both these two teams are playing with their full rosters. After last week's performance, if Arcticgaming had not stepped up their game, because it was not a good week for them again, and that was them playing with their full rosters, Monks coming back with Death Monk, into the mix that had been off for a while, we thought Arctic would have that for sure, but of course Monk's getting the win. Hey, good stuff. But for me, Sir, so far, I don't want to be mean to Arctic, but Sir, if it's not going to be Servette, upsetting Lausanne in the finals, it's going to be Sir. Sir are a wild card to this. They can either be the best team in league play, or they can throw out a nothing week. Arctic are solid. I think they're going to come forth in the end of league play, but this is going to be a win for Sir as they try and challenge for 2nd place. That's sort of 2nd seed going into the land.
Well, I'm all aboard the Arctic train. I don't think they'll have the same sort of issues as they did last week against the Monk side, because again, Monks had Death Monk back in. There was that unpredictable element, and that's really what kind of won them that series. And even then, Arctic still took 2 games away from them in that series. So I'm going with Arctic on this one. I think they might just about be able to edge out. So I think it's still going to be a close one, though. I'm predicting probably 3-2 on the series line. I'm assuming
we're going to have a long evening. Do you think? Then it's just going to be a long evening games. Like I said, I'm still moving house, so if this can be 3-0 sweeps and rest on, I'm happy because I can get back to work. But if it's all 5 best of 5 games, I'm going to be a bit annoyed because I'll be moving up until 1 a.m. in the morning. But there'd be some good Rocket League, so I'm conflicted here, Jay. Should we just get this underway?
I think we should get it underway and see if we can avoid the late nights for your fine self. So here we go. In the blue side, it will be the Arctic side. On the orange side, it's Swiss Incredible Rebels, who currently are missing a player. I don't know why that is. There he is. Okay, we're joining up now, so we're ready to rock and roll. Yeah. It's kickoff for game number 1. Again, a very crucial game number 1. This could separate or make the difference between a tie game and an all-important top 4 spot. It will be out to the orange corner early parts. Arcticgaming trying to get that first shot on target. They actually may be able to find it for the Yagi and Stroby, but Stroby a little bit too far out to that left-hand side. Couldn't control his car in for the redirect setup that came through from that mid position. Stroby returns it, Melox follows it around. It's Raptor Jesus and Mirrorwing. Final position out towards the midfield. It returns to that corner. Yagi pitching it inside that box, but it's going to be cleared by RNZ as he takes the ball into the corner. Bounces up off the crease, gets a demo out against Milox. If Yagi wasn't there, that would have been a nice open shot for the Sir side, but it's not, so we continue to play on.
Nothing really...
What?
Okay, I was going to say nothing to take away from this first 45 seconds, but maybe it's that Mirrorwing needs to keep his eye on the ball. Took his camera off ball cam for a little bit and will pay the price there.
I was actually looking at Mirrorwing there on the replay, and actually had no boost. He was trying to go back for boost thinking he had enough time. Very clearly he did not. So that's going to be a bit of a problem that Sir might want to work on, but Arcticgaming going to start things off on the right foot in the first minute. Trying to see if they can work against this, however. Sir going to get a nice redirection shot coming through from RNZ, set up back to Jesus. Stromy and Milox able to take it away alongside Yagi. Going for the double touch back down into the box, not going to happen. Denied by the point-blank nature of the backboard, and Mirrorwing be able to take control as a result over the Raptor Jesus, and Stroby going for a shot inside the orange half. Not going to happen. RNZ just getting there back in time. Able to set up Mirrorwing and try to see if we can get Boomer down onto the net. It's defended by Yagi. So Arcticgaming for the most part holding most of the control here. The offensive play has been to the favour of Sir. Arcticgaming still in the lead. Now, never mind. Never mind. The over-rotation, just a slight over-rotation. He's going to get punished by Raptor Jesus.
Yeah, Raptor Jesus doing massive work here, of course, putting it off to the side and then being able to chase up onto it. He saw that little gap in the defense and he will jump at it. All wrongs are written now and so tied up. Let's just see how this game flows.
There's still 3 minutes over that on the clock. Anything can happen here, especially as Milox and Stroby try and control the ball. Nice control away, but Raptor Jesus does demo out one of the players and takes that two-man dribble play, I guess you could say, out of the equation. Nice play if it would have worked out, but not going to happen. Mirrorwing takes control. RNZ with a demo. Milox actually sets himself up pretty nicely for a chip. That one's a little bit too far wide. No second man to come through, but Yagi will still get it off the backboard. Secondary touch is going to get denied by RNZ. Arcticgaming looking extremely good here. Again, the accuracy is going to get punished by a little bit. But Sir with a great defensive of their own accord, they are looking just as solid, Bacon.
I think at the moment, the biggest problem for Arctic is that they're trying to do too much in their attacks. You saw that move from Yagi earlier where he wanted to pop it up into the backboard and then chase onto it and drop it on down. No, in that case, a little bit more of a harder hit into the backboard and allow a second teammate to follow up behind him. It was actually Stroby who was chasing up behind, and it would have been better. So maybe a little bit more communication and just think about what can we do as a team instead of, okay, what's the smartest play I can do to get around these defenders?
Still over 2 minutes on the clock. RNZ over to the backboard. Second touch is not going to go on target, so inaccuracy is going to hurt Sir more than it hurts Arcticgaming. Try and see if they can get the clear back away. Ball into the corner. Mirrorwing and Raptor Jesus is going to be there. Stroby trying to set things up for Yagi. Gets a good shot in from Milox's part, but RNZ again able to defend it. Raptor Jesus now returns over to the back line. Yagi pass over to Milox. A great passing play that will go a little bit too far wide. And again, the pressure from Arcticgaming ramps up, but very few times of that as that offensive pressure actually worked to a goal. So far, they're going to kind of need it to do so. 1 minute and 30 left on the clock, and still 1-1 on this board. No team having a clear advantage. Stroby tries to find one there off towards the shot. Milox can't take control of it on the wall. Raptor Jesus will be able to do so instead. Going off that backboard, Mirrorwing actually puts it over to the corner. And again, lack of car control will get set up, but Yagi gets there back in time and maintains control again. Raptor Jesus with a shot. Second touch, both of them going off the backboard, and RNZ just can't seem to recover it.
I think that's like the fourth attempt at that kind of hit that the lads of Team Sir have tried to do. You know, that hit into the backboard and then get that little flick to send it into net. They have not been pulling those off. At this point, Arctic know that play. They know what they're trying to do, so they can't do it anymore. They've got to come up with some new strategy to find the net. And let's just say, long hit, build-up play. That's a good one in my books.
Baiting in a slight over-rotation as well. RNZ sneaking in and getting the shot on target to get Sir a second. And now a lead with just 35 seconds on the board here. Bacon, this may have just turned around. RNZ will get the early advantage here on the kickoff. There's 30 seconds remaining. Any pressure that Sir would have would all just be glorious. Milox and mirroring missing. Strobe able to take control. Milox passes back over to Yagi. Can he get the shot on target? No, it goes too far to the left field. And RNZ will put it right back over to that blue half where Raptor Jesus is waiting over to mirroring. A fantastic passing play, just blocked off at point blank by Milox. Getting it over to Strobe. They have to try and get a shot in now. 5 seconds remaining. They need a goal to stay alive in game one. This could be the pass. Yagi over to Strobe, off the backboard. Chance now for Milox, but not going to happen. Yagi going to try and keep control of it here in towards the corner, but finally cleared by RNZ. Mirroring carries it all the way towards the backboard. Should just let it die. Raptor Jesus will finally put it inside the net. Strobe still keeping it alive. A long, long buzzer beater, but unfortunately it beats nothing today. So, get the opening game of the series.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say the biggest problem, or at least my only real problem with Arcticgaming in that first game, was their aggression. It seemed as soon as they got the ball into their opponent's half, they became pretty darn tame. They would only send one player off the ball, only one player sort of into that attacking position after the ball, of course, to get a hit on net. They weren't really doing much. Maybe send a player in to get demos. Try and get right up into the grill of Team Sir and disrupt what they're doing, because we saw how quickly they can get the ball from their own net down to their opponent's end, and that is something which Arctic need to cut out.
Yeah, again, it's an overcomplication of the players that you were talking about earlier. Just the way that they try and like get every little bit inside of it, but in the end, you know, you can have a bit too much of a good thing.
Get a bit scrappy.
Way, you know?
That's what I say.
You know, you can have a bit too much of the passing plays in the same way I can have a bit too much of the chocolate biscuits, but hey ho. It's ball inside the net for the early part, and RNZ will get the opening goal very quickly for Sir.
Yeah, RNZ just absolutely offended there. You can never have too many chocolate biscuits. And that was another good bit of that. Great little goal from RNZ there, being able to find the hole in defense and pops it on through.
The opening goal in the opening 10 seconds. Milox trying to respond though. Nice feed off the kickoff, but it's just pressure now again for the Arcticgaming side. And again, as I said before, they've struggled to turn that pressure into a play for a goal. They'll get returned back to their half as a result here. But Raptor Jesus challenging in that midfield. Gets the ball out to the midfield again. Narrowing into the center. RNZ trying to get a touch, but Milox gets it over. Can he follow it through against Raptor Jesus? Can he outfake this man? Not quite. Raptor Jesus able to predict the ball's path, predict the player's dribble, and take it back over into that midfield again. Just trying to hold the line of defensive down for the Team Sir side, because they've got the lead. There's still a minute only ticked by, however. Strobe in with a chance to try to score this goal right here. Not going to happen. RNZ and Raptor Jesus alongside mirroring there in the back lines. Going to be able to make the defensive work.
Big question for you here, Jay. Cookies or chocolate coated biscuit? Which is better?
Chocolate coated biscuit.
Chocolate coated biscuit. Chat, let us know, of course. Because this game has been getting a little bit more quiet. Both these two teams are going butting heads. Nothing's really coming to the net, though. You'll see this from Strobe. Oh, what? I thought that was high. Woohoo!
It looked like it was high. Certainly, I believed it up until the point this hit came through. It went off the crossbar for a moment, but just slipped past the line.
Yeah, this was another one of those. Because Arctic, again, haven't been hitting their mark. They've been doing too much. I was expecting it's going to be a hit off the backboard, trying to drop it on the opposite end for Yagi to come on through. But no, the defender's going to get to it first. So that mixes things up quite nicely. And if Strobe can pull off another couple of those, I don't care about the biscuits anymore.
No way! What? Oh my god, watch this again. The 50-50. That's insane. That is absolutely insane.
I've just got a yeet in my mind at that moment. You know, just as soon as they both clash, the yeet. To throw it that fast into net is beautiful.
Oh my word, Sir quickly taking the lead away from Arcticgaming when they got just within touching distance of it. It's RNZ to maintain that ball control into the center field. Mirrorwing to follow it through with another tuck that's going off the crossbar. Stroby will just take it away and get it over to the orange half. Yagi off the back ball, one more pass in. RNZ able to intercept it. Reading the danger and reading the passing plays from Arctic, able to maintain their control of this second game here. Yagi now follows the ball all the way in, passes over to Stroby off the backboard. Third man to come through will be challenged again by Mirrorwing. That one's going all the way in, and there's nothing that Arctic can do to stop it.
Yeah, Mirrorwing picking up his second goal. He has been mighty fun with the 50-50s today. Look at that, getting all the way downfield, and then that's just easy peasy for him to put away. We're going to come up to halfway mark, Jay. Let's just see how the rest of this one unravels.
Still a chance for Arctic, but I'm not going to lie, my faith is starting to slip from these boys now. Got a lot of work to do in half a match to do so. Yagi. Am I?
Yeah, 2 minutes still left in it, 2 goals. I know.
Here's my problem.
They just got to pull their socks up.
Right, here's my problem with Arctic, is the fact that every time they try for a passing play, it doesn't go all the way in. They get so close to the mark, and then are able to read a mistake. Yeah, as you say, they need to be snappy, but they haven't actually done anything to fix that as of so far in this second game. So even though there are 2 minutes, there's a lot of work to do still for these guys. They're going to have the ball back into the orange half. Try to then get one, though. RNZ again gets up close and personal to intercept. Follow it through. Raptors in the midfield to support it. Actually gets a decent shot on target. But going so far as the box before Yagi clears it away. Now can Milox follow through and get the all-important second goal for Arctic, because they've still got 2 to find, and time is a ticking. Yagi setting up Stroby. They go to the backboard, and Milox a little bit out of position. Can't control the ball into the net. To control it into the midfield again, allow Yagi to take control, but his shot's way too far wide in accuracy. Just hurting the Arctic side, left, right, and center. Finally a good chance, again defended by Team Sir.
Yeah, but it was a double commit to that defense. Honestly, doing very, very well to slow it down. Clearly, no one was sweating over that one.
I mean, never a sweat from the Sir side. They knew they had that. They knew they had this as well. Fantastic pass from Mirrorwing to Raptor. Jesus, it's 4-1 on the board. I'm about 80% confident that this second game is over here, Bacon.
80 seems quite low there. I'm just going to say that now.
I'm leaving a little bit of room for silence to turn on, but sorry, for Arctic to turn on, but you know.
They could turn on, and they need to now. It's all about changing the momentum as they go into game number 3. Because remember, Team Sir got the last game, and they're pretty much guaranteed to get this one. 40 seconds, getting 3 goals. That's a lot of damage you've got to do. So it's not really going to happen. But a goal now, 2 goals, would be momentous to be able to set up game number 3 and set up the comeback.
Stroby a little bit out of position, couldn't quite follow through with a double touch. The ball back into the center. Milox trying to pass to a player that's not there, or trying to get that double touch, and even clearly whatever he planned went wrong. Yagi will try and get it in, quickly put back away from the last line of defense as the rotation comes through. It's only 6 seconds left on the clock, and there's no way that Arctic can bring this one back. It's going to be a 2-0 here. Match point for the Sir side. One last consolation prize, maybe. No, they're just going to kill it right there inside the box. Even followed through with the goal off the backboard. But there we go.
I thought that one was going in as well, which was a little bit worrying. Sir now just have dominance. It's all about that pace. Those clears today, like we saw them earlier from with Masters and how they had up their games in the clearance department. Well, Sir clearly are shopping at the same supermarket. They're in the same department, and they've been picking up clearances because they're doing so well with them being able to get it downfield. And then not only, like with Masters earlier, getting it down there fast, Sir have been putting players downfield who receive them, which is how they become threatening so fast. It's a little bit of a risky tactic, but it seems like at the moment they're not being challenged enough to make the risk not worth it, you know?
Yeah. I can certainly see where you're coming from with that one right there. Again, my main problem relies a lot on that Arctic offensive play, because it hasn't quite lined up the way that they would have wanted it to
Arctic
right now.
needs a demo. That's what they need to do right now, because they're allowing their opponent's Team Sir to do whatever on earth they want, and Arctic cannot handle that at the moment.
We'll start things off with the offensive plays, mirroring already 2 close shots towards that inner box, and Raptor Jesus takes it to keep RNZ in that midfield. Stroby will try and take it away, but Mirroring's found a good chance. No, ball back into the corner. Secondary touch is not going to come to fruition. Arctic will finally be able to return it back as it bounces off the crease. Stroby dropping it down in front of the net. But Raptor Jesus and RNZ are able to take it away from them. But RNZ will be demoed out of the play. Raptor Jesus able to maintain control for Sir here in the back lines. Melox again going to try to see if he can set something up, but going too far wide allows them to take control, go right past the entire offensive line. Raptor Jesus may have a chance for a goal. The ball will be setting it up. Very, very slow one, but RNZ still keeping it going off this backboard. Yagi and Co, RNZ off the backboard, Mirroring coming with a shot just demoed out. Still a dangerous ball getting on target. But again, it's a lot of control for Sir in just this opening minute, which might end up working. Melox coming out of the gate just in time to save one.
So what we've seen so far in this game is Arcticgaming pick up their pace. They picked up their speed, and they're getting a little bit more aggressive. You saw the demo just a little bit ago. The bump there just from Melox. They're trying to pick it up and be more aggressive, like I suggested earlier. They've realized it themselves, but the cost they have to pay for that speed is accuracy, Jay, and we've seen already today. The accuracy has not been their forte. As long as they can get shot after shot after shot on, it shouldn't be too big a problem, but they do have to keep up the speed to be threatening to Team Sir.
Still 3 minutes on the clock and no one is to score as of right now. Threats are plenty from both sides. Arctic, ball inside that corner. Stroby and Melox now passing between the two. Yagi actually going to come through with a third man, and he gets it past everybody. Arctic with a stellar goal to start things off.
Yeah, this coming out of left field, it seems. Thought Raptor Jesus was there, and unfortunately, he just dodged around it. It was a bit odd. Fortunate for Team Sir, but Team Sir already having that 2-game buffer. It is all in Arcticgaming's court now. They have to pull off the reverse sweep. They're a team that are capable of it. They won last time against Team Sir.
Oh! Close, but no cigar there. Looks like Arctic may have once again just turned on in this third game. Another shot going to come through from Stroby, just going to get turned away by Mirroring as he takes it back in from Yagi. Backboard touch, secondary man can't come through. Stroby will try and get it out to Melox. Yagi with a redirection chance, goes inside the danger box. We're going to get returned back and no one is in net. Stroby just controls it away and just keeps that lead for the Arctic side. The ball will be returned to the other side of the field though. Stroby having it alongside Melox here in the corner. RNZ missing out his chance. It will be towards that midfield. Still 2 minutes on the clock. Yagi now going to set up Stroby for another good goal. Touch, Mirroring just takes it away, just saves it.
A few double commits from Arcticgaming, and we saw earlier the biggest problem with their playstyle at the moment is that over-aggression, that over-commitment downfield does leave a gap. These clearances from Team Sir will do strong against them because they have the accuracy to send the ball towards net and be super threatening there. So Team Sir are okay with this current style. They're not completely happy, of course, because now Arctic are putting on a very good challenge, but Team Sir know how to deal with it, it seems.
A fantastic fake from Raptor Jesus, getting himself out of position and allowing Mirroring all of the action. And there it is, 1-1 on the board. Team Sir equalizing against the Arcticgaming side after they held out for so long with that 1-goal lead. Now it comes down to 1 minute and 30 for them to try and hold on to this reverse sweep. Sir could still steal it away. Ball inside, it's Mirroring. So RNZ in the back line to try and maintain control as Melox takes it out. All inside the midfield. Melox going to follow it through off the back ball, but Raptor Jesus again able to line up the defensive for Sir. They're going to keep themselves as solid as they have been all day so far. Struggle with the second touch, not going to happen.
Mirroring, though, could just pick this up. You can see that overcommitment downfield is instantly put the ball down into the Arctic half. And then Team Sir, they're focusing on the 50-50s now. As soon as this turns around, they're making sure to get that pressure going and steal the boost away. Arctic noticing that already, trying to gather boost as quickly as they can.
Oh,
But
nicely done.
it's too much for Arctic to think about to be able to line up in defense for this play.
And Milox not knowing whether it was going to go in, not going to know if he should get off the backboard and try and defend it, and he should have done there, but 2-1 now. Serve stolen the lead away from Arctic. 44 seconds on the clock. Last chance saloon for the boys in blue, otherwise Sir will be able to entirely reverse the reverse sweep. Strobe with a shot, Mirrorwing to turn it around. 30 seconds remaining. Yagi and Strobe committing to the offensive line. Milo's gonna have to get forced back. Mirrorwing takes the ball, pass it back to Raptor Jesus, who maintains that presence inside the blue half. That's all they really need to do on the Sir side if they want to take this series 3-0. RNZ on target. Milox just defends it, follows it through. Second chance, not going to happen against Raptor Jesus as it goes high. Mirror going to follow it through, but 10 seconds remain now for Arctic. It is really a last chance as RNZ follows through the passing play. Mirrorwing going to keep that ball control inside the corner. Yagi just keeping it alive, but only for a moment. Milo's going to pass it back into the center. Yagi leaving it for Strobe, and he just shoots it way too low. It's 3-0 for Sir. A nice sweep to close out our second match of the day.
Yep, from an abstract sweep to a plain old classic. We're talking paintings. It's the one with the Screaming Lady going to the Smiling Lady. The Mona Lisa of games that was for Team Sir, as they were able to do that one so comfortably, so in style. It was a work of art for Team Sir today, and it all works out once again from that defensive play. Their clearances absolutely bang on today.
Looking extremely good here in this latest match. Again, complete reversal from the original match we saw between these two teams. Outclassing Arctic on every single manner of form. It was a 3-0 in week 4. It's a 3-0 here in week 11, and Sir will be able to reverse the mistakes, I guess you could say, that they had in that last one. Arctic just not able to turn it on today. Yeah, honestly, I was expecting a bit more of a better performance, all things considered, to be honest.
I mean, for me, this just makes the whole storyline that little bit more sweet between Arctic and, say, Silent, because this is giving Silent a bit more of a chance. You know, a 3-0 sweep is going to kill their differential, or not kill it, but hurt it quite badly, of course. And Silent Gaming now has a better chance to get up. They're not completely out of it yet. This is, it just makes the whole of league play a little bit more interesting, I think, to me.
Yeah, and we'll of course bring you all the results of the league play and the league standings after the fact of these next couple of matches, because we still have 2 more to go. Arctic Sir may be done. We've got the Monks versus Geneva eSports, so don't not go anywhere, because after the break, we've got even more Rocket League action live from the TCS eSports League.